Hello guys and welcome to the latest episode of the Lake Victoria series. So this time we're going to build a township like you can find it in probably most of Africa's largest cities. I always wanted to build something like this because there are so many buildings and assets in city skylines to use for larger slum-like areas. And I've already made use of them in one of the previous episodes. If you've watched it, is the Island of Migingo episode, but I wanted to do such a part of town on a larger scale, not just this small island. And yeah, this is what we're going to do in this episode. Maybe you've noticed on the cinematics and also in the future cinematics that like most of the outskirts of this city consist of slums. And I'm not going to show you the whole process of building all of them because most of these slums are less detailed. But I wanted to make a central piece which is very representative for this kind of city district, and this is what I'm going to show you in this episode. So I'm going to start by starting by doing the road layout. What is somewhat a little bit more difficult, at least for me, when it comes to building cities or parts of a city like this, is that there is really, in real life, there is no kind of government organization or anything in parts of towns like this. Well, mostly there isn't any. So people just come there and put up their shacks and houses randomly around the place, around a empty area next to a city like field and so there is no organization behind it, or almost no organization. And well, at least for me, it's a little bit more difficult to build like really random things, because when you look at like American cities and they have this pattern, this road layout pattern, which is always 90 degrees corner. Look at Manhattan, how this looks like, and a lot of American cities look like this. But well, most of European cities, well, at least medieval European cities, don't have this pattern. They work on the same principles like such as slum works, and it is the same thing basically when it comes to road layouts, etc. So it's mostly randomly made up as well. But yeah, this is what's kind of a little bit tricky, at least for me, I think, when it comes to building really random stuff. So old European cities and slums, and yeah, there are other city forms in the world like this, but these are just the two that come up to mind when I'm talking about this. So I'm just trying to get this as random as possible. I'm placing smaller roads. Well, there's this one larger main road where there are a few shops and these market stands, and for the rest of this township I try to do smaller footpaths and smaller roads, and then just really randomly put up the buildings and try to get really narrow roads and really a lot of buildings. Everything's just so cramped because there is not much space, but a lot of people living there, and they cannot put up these shacks like higher than 2 stories, otherwise they would collapse and this wouldn't work. So they have to they cannot build higher buildings, but they can have a very high density in these areas. So yes, as mostly I'm relying here on pictures from Google Maps and images to see how such a township works, I don't know how it works, but how such a township looks like in real life. So I'm basically recreating a real one here. And yeah, this is probably it for the construction of this area. I really wanted to do something like this for a long time, and this was also one of the which made me decide to build an African city, because in most African cities you get these larger slum-like areas, and there are a lot of assets and buildings in city skylines that you can use for Slums, and yes, you can see me using them here, and I haven't really seen a lot of people make use of these buildings on a larger scale. Like, maybe there is, but I haven't seen it, and this is the reason why I wanted to do it, because there are very nice buildings to use, and it looks I think, at least to me, it looks very convincing and real. And there are not like only 2 different buildings, but there are 10 or so, and when you mix them up in a creative way, and it really, I think it does look rather convincing, and I don't think there is really much to complain about. This just looks like I would imagine a real slum to look like. And yes, as I said, most of this stuff comes straight from Google Maps, so yes, it should be about as accurate as I can get it in this game. Well, there's something more that I wanted to say, and I am really sorry that I try to do these episodes on a regular basis. Like, when I really got the time, I try to do 1 episode a week, but as you've probably noticed, this is not really working out. I do have a lot of work in real life, and this is the reason why I don't have too much time to do these episodes. And playing the game is one thing, but then editing the episodes and doing all the capturing and so on, this is another thing, and it takes a lot of time. Well, most of the time takes actually playing the game, obviously. So yes, I don't have too much time to do these episodes, and I wanted to say sorry for this. For you guys who are watching my episodes, I do apologize, but I'm not going to stop. So there are more episodes coming. Maybe it's taking some time sometimes, but yeah, that's the way it is. Okay, guys. Thank you for everyone who's watching my episodes, because this is keeping me doing it. And if nobody would watch it, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, thank you guys. So for now, I would be really happy to make it to 200 subscribers, which is not that far away right now. I would be really happy. And yes, this is as much as I can say for this episode. Enjoy watching the rest of it, and we're going to hear each other on the next episode. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.